How do I fix it with my children after I failed them? We are out now, but the damage is done. You go back, before you even go back and apologize, which is a necessary precursor to anything going anywhere with your kids, you go into yourself. You go in your journaling and you write down, you start journaling about all the things I have done to hurt my children. You journal it out. No one's going to see these journals. You're doing it for you. You flush out everything. You speculate, not just the obvious ones, but other ways that you have hurt your child or children. You flush and you keep doing it. Then, on the same pad of paper, you write a letter to your children or child. I'll just go singular for the moment. You write a letter to your child that you do not send. Do not send. Did you hear me? Do not send. Because then you'll start to edit and redact and all that bullshit. The goal is to flush out everything and to flush out and to send in your words, but not actually send it to the child, all the things that you feel towards that child, particularly all the remorse and contrition. By the way, if there isn't remorse and contrition for how you have hurt your child, don't even fucking engage this exercise. Why? Because you're fucking lying. You're cutting yourself off from the painful feelings. You said you fucked up, basically, all right? How do I fix it with my children after I failed them? So you better be feeling contrition, and I'm guessing you are. Or are you desiring to fix it with your children? And this is really the key question. So anyway, you gotta get out all your stuff, all right? You start with that. Then you actually go to the child, if they'll still have the conversation, and you ask them, you tell them, I am sorry. I know I did this. And you delineate every single one. Don't just make it I'm really sorry. Gee, I'm sorry for everything I did. That's a bullshit apology and it'll weigh hollow. Because if the crime is 100 units big and the apology is 10 units big, you'll be able to claim, well, I apologize, but the person receiving that apology is going to say, yeah, that's kind of a $5 apology for a $500 crime. Fuck off. I don't want to be near you. And they may, even if you do the $500 apology, they may not want to. And they get time. They get as much time as they fucking need. But this cuts to the core of the question. You ask the question, how do I fix it with my children after I failed them? So anyway, let me go back and say that you lay all that before the child and ask them also then what you've done, and you listen to them and you apologize for those things, and then you let it go. And they may want a relationship with you right away. They may not, and you have to let it go. They get the room, and you got to change your behaviors, by the way. You got to do all that. That's right. You want to know why? Because it's called being a fucking responsible human being, let alone being a responsible parent. You have to do all that work. And if you're not coming into it with a contrite heart, don't go into it at all, because you're lying, you're faking it, you're protecting yourself. Back to the real issue. The real issue is this. You say, how do I fix it with my children? In other words, something is broken. There's a breach in the relationship, right? Because of what you did. You failed them. Okay, and I admire your honesty and your courage in saying that and allowing up all your feelings that you feel and doing all these things that I've just listed, the journaling, then the letter writing that you don't send, then eventually going to the child and apologizing for all the things, and then listening to the ways that they may have that you didn't write out, you didn't see or whatever, and being open to hearing that and apologizing for that, then changing your actions and letting go of the relationship. And that's critical. Because if your goal is to fix the relationship, if that is your goal and that supersedes quote unquote, fixing the child, then you're using this apology to get something back for you. And that's not okay. If you're wanting to fix it with the parent or with the child so that you can get the relationship back, then you're ultimately doing it for your purposes. Oh, sure, it's for them too. No, it's for you. But if you are engaging in these actions to help the child heal, then you're doing it for the right reason. So let me ask you, this is the really great question. If you've harmed your child, if you've failed your child, if you've let them down, if you've hurt them, and you are wanting to apologize and wanting to make it right with them and so forth, let me ask you this question. If you had to choose, if you were being forced to choose at gunpoint between, in this situation, healing the child or getting the relationship back, that you can have the relationship back, but the child won't be healed from your actions, or you can heal the child, but you won't get the relationship back, which would you choose? And if you answer A, that you would choose the relationship over the child, wrong answer, because you're doing it for you. And somewhere deep inside the child, it will register that they're being used. They're being fucking manipulated again for your purposes, for the parent's purposes. But if you're doing it strictly to heal the child, that's deliberate parenting. That's honorable parenting, that it ain't about me, that I may never get this child back, but damn it, I got to do the right thing. I got to put my tail between my legs and go with a contrite heart and fess up to my shit and own it and change my behaviors. It's the same in any relationship. Own your shit. Own it. Don't try to make it go away. Don't downplay it, whatever. Just put it out there and own it. You want to know why? In part, because those are the people we respect in life. That when they screw up, when they fail, when they fuck up, when they fall down, they have the balls to fucking put themselves out there. Say, I did it. There's no excuse. And they take their lumps. They take their medicine. And that's what it means to honor your child. It's to own your shit. Not just so you can get the relationship back, but so they will heal, knowing you may never get that relationship back.